According to Zoom, we are live. Let's just see. Yes, okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Sheila Karuna. Welcome to Sassy Seer Sheila. Today is Wednesday, December the 3rd, 2025. And I have been out of the loop of doing this for some time now. And I had planned on coming back first thing on Monday. One of the things that I'm noticing about what I've been told is happening with me in particular, this anemia that they say I have. One of the, I guess, side effects of being anemic is being tired. And I've noticed that I'm doing an awful lot of sleeping, which is very uncharacteristic for me, as much sleeping as I've been doing. So there's that. Also, I guess you can tell that I'm still a little hoarse. That has to do with the lack of oxygen. And so there's that too. So I don't know. I haven't really felt like being on YouTube, to be honest with you. So here I am today. I'm going to, I don't know, I just felt to do this. I'm going to pull two cards, and I wanted to see how I would fare, because I really would like to begin recording Jason's work again. I'm not quite sure what I'll record first. I haven't really seen anything that stood out to me just yet. There's several things that I had saved, of course, but since his page was removed, I'm not sure. I don't think they will be in my saved file anymore because the whole page is gone. So we'll have to see how that pans out. But you can look for more of that to be coming down the pike, as I do know where to find it now. He is putting that on X. And if you have not seen the live catch up that I did with him, I put it on both New Light Streaming Love and here on Sassy Seer Sheila. So in the body of that video, in the description box, you will find links to the new Facebook page that some friends have initiated. Amber and Julie have initiated that page, and they will be taking his work from X and posting it there. I've been told that my videos will also appear there, the ones where I'm recording. But also, so that you're aware, I'm not the only one recording Jason's work. Amber Fields has her own YouTube page, and she too has been recording his work. I'm not sure how she does it. I can only speak for myself. I record what I am nudged to record when I am nudged to record it. Some time ago, I made a pact with myself, basically my larger, more expansive self, that I would follow all my internal promptings. This is what I call my inner guidance, and it hasn't steered me wrong yet. I don't always understand why I'm being led to do what I'm being led to do. But in every instance, it has eventually been shown to me the why and the wisdom behind that why, which is why now I absolutely always follow all my guidance. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Nicola 1111 said, I've got quite a few of his saved in notes and or Word docs so I could print and read out loud. If you want, I can email you what I have. Well, that would be lovely, sweetheart. I do have, I did this very same thing when that happened, where he was kicked out of the Ancient Order of Hermetics. I had been gleaning his work at that point. I do have access to everything that he wrote prior to his Facebook page being deleted. Anything that he wrote new, well, I don't know if I'm not quite sure. You see, I received in the video where Jason and I are catching up, um, he alludes to an anonymous benefactor that actually reached out to me first, the very first time Jason disappeared from the internet. He went on a few days to a week, like a vacation. He took an internet break. And this anonymous person reached out to me wondering about him, where he was, and informed me that they were creating an indexing of all of Jason's work. And once he had completed that, he emailed it to me. And so I do have access to all of that, as does Jason, by the way. I would never keep his work from him. So, and it's my understanding that eventually that will become a hard copy book. And so, thank you for that offer. But unless you have some of the newer things, I think I already have everything. So I wanted to, I felt led to pull a surrender card because, that's one of the hardest things that I've had to do in my life is to surrender to things. I generally go kicking and screaming uh, into what things that are, especially something that's good for me. But this one that came out today is surrender low self-esteem. You deserve success, love, and abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem. Well, that's good advice. I don't care who you are or how much work one has done. At least because I've done a lot of shadow work, a lot, and I'm constantly on the lookout for more. But every single one of us on this planet, there's not a being on this planet that has escaped the trauma of programming and conditioning, because that is how each one of us has been raised. It is what we've done it to each other, and it's been going on for generations. Now that we see that and we know that, it's time to address it. And we can only address it within ourselves. But trust me when I say, when you begin to address it within yourself and you write the ship, so to speak. You carry and emanate that in your field, and others can absolutely feel it. And eventually they begin to want what you have. Uh, Nicola, I think, is that pronounced Nicola? Am I saying that right, love? Ooh, okay, I had only found him a couple of months ago, so I don't think I've got anything before September. Oh, yeah, I will be excited to have the hard copy eventually. Yes, well, keep tuning in. And again, in the show more section of that video, the live conversation that we did on I think it was Saturday or Sunday, I'm not sure which one. You'll find a link, or I don't know, I don't think I did a link, but you can find him, Jason Gray, and his handle on X is at Living Lattice, the at sign and the word living lattice. Lattice is capitalized and the L in living is capitalized. I mean, the L in lattice. Astro Gardens. Yes, you did catch me online. I hope you're doing well, honey pie. And I still hold out hope that the day will come when we get to have another conscious conversation, you and I, and revisit the idea of the accidental astrologer, because I do so adore you and all the hard work that you do. Astro Gardens, for those of you who are not aware, is Andrew Foss. He is the administrator of Oracle Report Facebook group, and he is an author in his own right. He has a Substack page, Astro Gardens. I am alive, which is a good thing. Yes, my love, I would agree with you. Yes, it is a good thing. Wait a minute, where? Okay, there we go. I listen, every morning I wake up, I feel like, oh, I cheated it once more. Actually, I shouldn't say it like that, because honestly, we only know what we've been told about that too. And I'm beginning to suspect that it's nothing to be afraid of anyway. So I'm holding it that it's not. So I chose the Rumi deck because I was only going to do these two cards today. And the all-encompassing hand is what came out for us today. And I guess I really shouldn't be surprised by that. Card number 20, which is a 2 numerologically. And let's see if I could turn pages. Okay. The all-encompassing hand. You are the essence of my existence. Who am I? A mirror in your hand. Whatever you do, I will do. I am your irresistible reflection. With every breath I feel, my heart is beating with yours. In your joy, I am exuberant. In your sadness, I am in sorrow. In your bitter, if you are bitter, I become bitter. If you are grace, I become grace. My joy is when I am bewildered in your beauty and taste the sweetness of love on your lips. If I pick a rose without you, it becomes a thorn in my hand. If I am the thorn, I become the rose in your hand. Rumi. I just love this deck, this Rumi Oracle. I have held your hand in mine for so long that I have long since ceased to distinguish where your sacred flesh once felt separate from mine. This sacred grasp pulses with love divine. And there is one hand holding and held, one being loving and loved. Though we may appear by less ecstatic angels to be two, the love that gives us this handfast beloved is so powerful, we could spin the entire universe upon its axis, and still our hands would be joined gently and yet enduringly in unfailing love and sublime friendship. And I have long felt these kinds of words to be a conversation between my larger self and my ego, my more, I don't want to say less conscious self, but what are the words I'm looking for here? My programmed self, I guess, is all I know to say. Perhaps you are in need of reassurance, dearest one. Perhaps you have been feeling somewhat alone on your path or struggling with a matter deep within your precious, beautiful heart and speaking of it to no one. Hence my not being on the YouTube of late, right? Such loneliness that can foster in the heart, with no other to bear witness to your life experience. You may question your life, your sanity, your truths, and create doubt where no doubt need be. Well, isn't that interesting? Surrender the low self-esteem. This must stop now. You are worthy of so much more, and this suffering is not essential for your growth now. It is time to let it be and to open up to the touch of grace. So this oracle comes to you as the hand of the divine. It is the all-encompassing hand, the hand that has no limitation upon the blessings it can bestow, upon the troubles it can lift from you, upon the tenderness it can communicate to you through sacred touch. Allow that divine hand to reach for you, beloved. Do not turn away. Do not let it old shame, guilt, or mistaken notions of false independence keep you from accepting this heavenly hand. This hand reaches to gently wipe away tears of the past. It will deftly unravel the ties that have bound your own hands, preventing you from fully giving and receiving according to your worth, which is incontestable and without limit. And I really do feel that is true. Lisa reminded me this morning yet and again some words that were spoken to her by a doctor, as you all will recall. My housemate has really been going through it. And a doctor said to her that she was a remarkable woman, that he doesn't understand how she could even be upright based on the damage that he sees within her body. And yet, there she stands. This divine hand will reach for you in your meditations, your sleep, and your prayers. It will reach for you through life circumstances, through the smile or hug you receive from another, or the touch of another human being. It will reach for you through the song of a bird, the falling of leaves, the soft fur of a beloved pet, through song lyrics that seem to speak what you are feeling deep inside, or the colorful dress of the stranger across the street who catches your eye and makes you smile. I've said that many times on this channel that it feels like everything in my surroundings endeavors to communicate with me at times. And I laughed and chuckled about the music because myself and Astro Gardens has very much the same thing about music, how my larger self sends me earworms with messages in them all the time. Yes, says the great beloved, I am reaching for you. Yes, I know you. You are my own. I would never abandon you. Perhaps you have turned from me unknowingly, forgotten how much I love you because the world is in a forgetful daze too, and ignores the caress of the breeze, the joyful acknowledgement of every sunrise, and the reverence made radiant in every sunset. Yes, when life creeps in, especially if one is in pain, as another friend of mine is right now, we're convinced that, well, they must know better than me because I am in all this pain and this and this and this and this keeps happening to me. Instead of, for me, I've been guilty of this so many times. Life is the touch bestowed by my hand. Shall you receive me? Let me love you. Let me restore your soul and remind you there is nothing to fear now. Come, lay down your weapons and your fear for this moment. Quit using that mouth to cry for war or to cry in despair. Bring yourself to my table and use that mouth to taste some bold and rich wine instead. Enjoy with me in this moment the unbreakable bond that lies between us. Allow me to bring the cup of wine to your lips behind your head. So gently lies my all-encompassing hand. Know the peace of my love. So deeply can it register with you now that you shall never forget it again. This oracle comes with a particular message for you. There may be a situation or circumstance in your life that you may feel is somehow unable to be solved. This oracle comes with reassurance that there is nothing beyond the reach of the divine hand of grace. All can be solved. All can be resolved. There is always a higher, better, more beautiful outcome possible. You are asked to pray using the sacred honoring ritual, which I never share, by the way, because I would prefer everybody make their own ritual. But if you would like to have the ritual so that you could maybe incorporate something from it, just reach out, let me know. I'll be happy to take a picture and send it to you. I, however, don't read those because I don't use them, and I think it's best if you create your own. The divine has this situation in hand, and all is unfolding as it should be. Ask for help each day by saying, I ask for help this day in all ways through unconditional love. Thank you. You can be more specific in your requests, asking for help in a particular relationship or project too, if you wish. The divine wants to lend you a hand. You must ask for help first. However, everything here, I'm convinced everything here operates on consent. And fear, by the way, is a form of consent. Going into fear, residing in fear is a form of consent. Consent to be made afraid, because everything has to be a circuit that connects and goes back and forth. It's all reciprocal. And if you don't consent, it cannot connect. There's nothing for it to connect to. It just drops off. At least that's been my experience. I've had a lot of people say, no, that's not so. Well, I feel as though you're just in denial of the fear that you have on board. And that's the way I see it. The divine wants to lend you a hand. You must ask for help first. So ask. Empower that all powerful hand of grace to bless your life and all circumstances, relationships, and situations that have been or are yet to be for you. Wow. I can't get over. And I'm always, I shouldn't say that because I'm always blown away at how whatever cards I pull speak to me personally in the moment. And that's why I always do that whenever I feel so led to do it, because I wouldn't have thought that I was sitting here in low self-esteem, but there is a part of me that I recognize, oh yeah, okay, that was a bit of low self-esteem showing itself to me. And that I was sort of allowing, right? And there again, it's all about consent. Well, that's going to be it for this one. I just wanted to do a real quick card pull, let you guys know that I am still alive and I am coming back, and we're going to start doing these things again. I do have book club today, and I had to tap through the end of that, added to accepting the energy. Yes, that's true. Because that's why I say it's a reciprocal. It has to complete the circuit. It's not lost on me that my son grew up to become an electrician, and we've been having some electrical issues here in this house. Now, the sun is having a lot of electrical issues right now. Our sun, right? The big sun. Electromagnetic issues. But as he stood here in this house explaining to myself and some of my housemates what was happening in our circuit breaker box, I couldn't help but see that what he was describing is exactly the same thing as all the rest of us. He was describing how electricity works and how it has to return to source. It's a reciprocal arrangement. Currency is all about our energy. It's all that. And the full moon comes tomorrow. Oh wow, thank you for that. I haven't been keeping up with that, so I was not aware of that, but that makes perfect sense. There's a part of me that feels like there's a lot of building in the field, so to speak. The electrical charges. I mean, I explained to my son yesterday that, or it was day before yesterday, actually. I was on the phone with Jason, and our conversation was about how this is all about a frequency. And that is why his page was taken down. That's why this is my third YouTube channel. I've never had more than 2,000 subscribers. Was my first channel. My second channel only got up to 500, and this one never has gone over 4. Partly because I'm not in it for the subscriptions and I'm not promoting it and all that sort of thing. But why bother with somebody whose views on their videos aren't in the hundreds, much less in the thousands or millions? Why would you bother taking that person off of YouTube? In the very last one that was taken down, they never even bothered to tell me why. And I never mentioned any of the words you weren't supposed to say. I never talked about any of those sorts of things that the first channel was supposedly taken down for. There were no copyright infringements or anything like that. And that's when it came to me. It's a frequential thing. Uh, when a being carries a particular frequency, well, we can't have that emanating through the airwaves now, can we? But those kinds of frequencies are building into the field, and at some point, they're not going to be containable. And while we are having that discussion, our circuits blew 6 times right in a row. And my son said there was some kind of an all arc fault protection that was blowing. There wasn't anything new being used. There wasn't, yes, I have oxygen, but that shouldn't have done it because it was doing it before the oxygen ever came in this house. And so it was very interesting to me as to what all that's about. I've had trouble following the astrology lately, but the moon always speaks to me. I find it interesting, Andrew, that it seems to me like there are things that we all used to really pay very close attention to that just aren't having the same draw much anymore. So that's kind of interesting to me as well. Well, that's going to be it for this one. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Look for Jason on X, Jason Gray at Living Lattice is where you'll find him there. And I'm going to say something that he said and say it for myself as well. I'm just one person. That's not like a lot of YouTubers have a team that they promote stuff and they help them answer emails and things like that. If I don't get back to you right away, it doesn't mean I don't love you, and it doesn't mean I'm not looking at it, or it's just that I do answer things in the order in which I receive them. And I've been a little slow on the uptake of late because of, well, all the sleeping I told you I've been doing. So there's that. And I am an old lady, so I get to play the old lady card. Um, and I don't charge anything. I'm not asking for anything. So, just cut me a little break um and I will get back to you eventually, I promise. And so, is there anything else? Yeah, just get in there and listen to yourself and trust yourself. I know that feels counterintuitive to a lot of folks, but it's the only way that we can be sure that love your way, old lady. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you so much, Andrew. And so I hope that you will move towards that which brings you joy in each moment that presents itself to you. What if, because I'm telling y'all, I swear I've really come to this conclusion. What if that is your mission? You got all these people out here. Oh, come to me, pay me money. I'll tell you what your mission is. What if your only mission is to move towards that which brings you joy in each moment? Because imagine what you emanate. If it brings peace, it All of these things, if everyone was only, and I know everybody goes to the, well, not everybody can do what they love in every moment. Well, I actually beg to differ. That's a bunch of BS programming talking right there. That's a bunch of well, I gotta pay the mortgage somehow. Actually, we're the only species that has to pay on for the privilege of breathing the air on the planet of our birth. I don't know who decided at what point that they owned everything and that they were going to commodify it and charge you for the pleasure of drawing breath. But it's about time everybody stopped the dumb stuff and asked yourself some questions about it. Because who wrote these rules and who put them in charge? And I just don't think we have to do that, to be honest with you. Find the thing you love to do and figure out a way to get paid to do it. I agree with that wholeheartedly. And honestly, with the advent of AI and all these other kinds of things, yeah, that I think that's about the way around it at this point. It's about time to get creative. Until we meet again, my friend.